Hey, I hope everyone's doing all right today. I'm going to invite y'all out to take a ride with me, and I'm going to drive around some neighborhoods and show y'all how diverse some of the neighborhoods just within a couple blocks of each other can really vary and differentiate. Um, it's quite, and even just houses from one house to another, right next door neighbors. Anyways, so we're about to hop in the car and go take a cruise. Before we do, I'd like to ask if y'all could share, like, comment, subscribe to this video and channel. And so let's get going. Well, I appreciate y'all joining me on this ride. And y'all can see kind of to the left, and there's some to the right. They're basically like a old apartment complexes that have been turned into like what some people I guess would call condos. But anyways, those are selling like, I think like over 200, 250 or something like that, like minimum, for like a little 1 or 2 bedroom basically apartment built, just one unit. Again, they're marketed as condos, and this area, we're maybe not even a mile west of TCU, which is pretty prominent private school. I'm sorry, a Christian school, but it's a public school if I'm not mistaken. Texas Christian University. But anyways, really expensive school to get into. Anyway, so I just wanted to show you all this area just to kind of show like how it is over here. There's like shopping, nice grocery stores, and some restaurants here and there. And I mean, not super fancy, but it's a nice clean area for the most part. And then when we get into this other area called Como, it's a area of Fort Worth. It's historically a black neighborhood, and there was a defined border, if you do your history over here, where it was literally like a black side and the white side of a neighborhood. And actually that just for factual information, that border essentially was Bryant Irvin is the street here, and on the east side of Bryant Irvin was Como, and then on the west side was, I think it's called like Ridgely, but that was like the white side. And I think there actually used to be a fence, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, I wanted to show y'all because I was thinking about buying a house in this Como area. I mean, it's kind of mixed race, Hispanic, different Hispanics, probably Mexican, and then still predominantly black, I would imagine, just from like kind of driving through and seeing. But there's some like, white people, Mexicans, blacks that live here in this neighborhood, and they're doing some building, which I'll show y'all. Like tearing down old houses and kind of putting some smaller new homes, or just doing some like really heavy renovations on them. But you'll see how it's a very kind of subtle if you're really not looking at it, but then when you're in there, you'll really see the it's a totally different neighborhood. You'd think you're in a different town or something. Definitely a different part of town. So right now we're going over the bridge. It's Hewlin Street that goes over part of the like a fork of the Trinity right here, and then there's actually the rail yard to the right of me and to the left. A huge rail yard. I mean, probably thousands of rail cars. Anyway, so I'm gonna stop the video and then I'll keep it going. We're almost there. Anyways, so yeah, this is Still Hewlin, and then now we're kind of getting into like Alamo Heights or Arlington Heights area, which there's like a Central Market. If y'all aren't familiar with Central Market, they're kind of like an upper scale. I mean, they're not like a super fancy, but they're definitely like a higher tier grocery store than say your Kroger's or Ralph's, or definitely like you're like Walmart and different things like that. All these, anyways, so this area, I don't recall, I guess this is still kind of the Arlington Heights area, but it's starting to get to the Como side of it. But when we cross this little kind of a dam, or like a bridge over Como Lake, which is going to be like this pond or smaller lake that you'll see, we're going to be into Como, and it's just around the block. And so there's Arlington Heights High School behind us, and this is kind of an older side of town. I guess that mosque or whatever that thing is it looks new, but they've been building, they've been doing some dirt work, and I think they are like grading it, like getting ready for a foundation. I don't know, I haven't been over here in like a week or so. To the left, I guess they're building gonna build a like apartment complex or housing or something, I'd imagine. But so here's Como Lake right here. And so basically we are pretty much officially in Como, I'd imagine. If not, definitely when we cross this side. And so I've kind of talked to someone that lives over here in this neighborhood, and they mentioned that like they've kind of talked with people, and what they're gathering is they're gonna kind of be regentrifying the neighborhood at some point. But as you can see, some old buildings, old church here to the right. I'm just gonna go slow for y'all. Here in a little bit, I'm gonna kind of drive around. I'll probably cut the video. I'll kind of drive around and try to find some of these homes I've seen that are new. But as y'all could see to the left, kind of got the camera pointing that way. You can kind of see the houses and the cars, whatnot, and possibly even an empty lot, and just kind of trying to keep my eye on the road. And this black house to the left, you can tell that they've kind of redone it and trying to make it look nice. It got new driveway, it looks like. And then the one to the left too, this white, that kind of cream or gray colored one. And that's like an old church. I was gonna say community, but yeah, there's a couple old churches just in this little block. And see this new home to these two newer or heavily remodeled, compared to these kind of older homes. And so you kind of get an idea of the neighborhood. So I'm gonna cut the video, and I'm gonna go back around and show you some of these ones that were under construction a couple months back. Well, I made it home, and I just realized that the audio on my second clip was, I guess I messed something up. I don't know what, but either way, I'm gonna go ahead and add the clip in there, and it's the longer half of the video. So sorry for the inconvenience. You can kind of skim through there just to see some of the houses, but I do I think the video quality itself is better. This portion of it, and you can actually see the houses. I have the phone, the camera kind of turned out the driver's window as I'm holding it and driving through. Sorry for the audio, like I mentioned. I was kind of pointing out some things and some old buildings that, as we were driving by, that you could see. There's an old convenience store that's ran down. I guess an old Coca-Cola sign at the top of the a Coca-Cola sign in front of the building, and something lounge it said. So it could have been like a, I think it's convenience store. It could have been like a, just a sign they put out with Coca-Cola, advertisement of some sort, saying Billy's Lounge or whatever, right? And then there was an old funeral home that looked like they turned into a home, but just some old buildings, old homes, and then some brand new homes. And that house I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned in the previous, but either way, there's a house towards the end of this next segment where they're still working on it. When I drove by there with my mom, this is like months back, when we were just kind of messing around, looking around the area. It was just a frame, and I don't remember the time frame, but the point is it's now has walls and paint and all that stuff. But like, it looks from the inside, the door was open. It looked like they were in there working today. That I don't know if it has flooring and how far along they are on the inside, but you can tell no one's living there. It's definitely still being worked on, but they definitely made a lot of progress too as well. Anyways, so hope y'all are still with me and enjoy the next 15-20 minutes of the video.